Hey guys, good morning. I sure hope this is going to be working for us today. We're going to be trying something a little bit new with technology, so hopefully, love to get your feedback. Hopefully, it sounds good, looks good, works the way it's supposed to. Just trying to make it a priority to be able to stream both to YouTube, Facebook, as well as the River Rocks Church app. So let me know how it goes. That would be awesome. But today we're going to be in Mark chapter 6. And as we were talking about yesterday, we know that disciples had just come off the mission field, so to speak. They've been doing the work of the Lord. They've been ministering to people all along the way. They come back, obviously would have had incredible stories of how God had used them. We also know that as they come back, they hear some incredibly bad news that John the Baptist has been beheaded. They're hungry, and they're just ready for a break. And Jesus offers that to them. It says, let's go to a deserted place. But we're going to find that sometimes breaks get interrupted by ministry, and they get interrupted by opportunities. And so we have to be willing to see beyond just what we're feeling personally in order to understand what God might want to be doing. So, verse 33, Mark chapter 6. But the multitude saw them departing, and many knew him, and ran there on foot from all the cities. They arrived before them and came together to him. And Jesus, when he had came out, saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion for them, because they were like a sheep not having a shepherd. So he began to teach them many things. So as they get in this boat, they go on to they move down to the other side of the lake, the Sea of Galilee, and as they get there, everybody was waiting. And we know in this case that there's thousands of people that were waiting to be able to see Jesus, to hear him, to potentially be healed, all kinds of things. And you can imagine the disciples. Are you kidding me? We got to do this again? Really? Like we're so tired, we're so hungry, we're so worn out. But Jesus had a capacity to see beyond just the surface of perhaps what he was feeling, what he was going through, what he was dealing with, or even what his other guys were. Understanding and knowing that there was a deeper heart going on inside of the people that were there that day. That it wasn't just a, hey, I guess they're around, so let's teach. No, he recognized that they were broken people. They were like people without a shepherd. Nobody was leading them. Nobody was pointing them to green pastures. Nobody was going to guide them through the valley of the shadow of death. No one would use the rod to be a protector as well as a disciplinarian, right? Those sorts of things that a shepherd would do, Jesus would do by his teaching, by his guiding, by his leading, by his direction, not worried about so much a man's physical needs, even though he's going to care for those, but worrying about their spiritual needs. And so that's what he came for, and that's what he does. And you can see here he's moved with compassion. This is one word that just stands out to me incredibly. It's one thing, and I think about this. We can teach people how to read their Bible. We can teach people how to pray. We can even teach people how to teach the Bible and be really, really gifted at it. But the one thing that you're not going to teach someone is compassion. Compassion is something that wells up from the very center of a person's soul, right? It's something that you have a desire to be able to really see someone's problem, be able to look beyond a hard, crusty exterior and recognize that perhaps that person has ruined everything in their life or has been hurt deeply, and that's why they have such an anger about them, a harshness, a hardness, or they're so insecure, they're constantly putting on some boisterous persona and all kinds of things. When we have compassion, we get to be able to see the person's heart and know that, especially, and this is the blessing, when we are a follower of Jesus Christ, right, that we have the solution to man's greatest problems, right? We have a solution that can satisfy their soul, both here on this earth, but we have a greater solution, one which unlocks the door to heaven for them. And so we should have a compassion on all these different types of people. So I look through this, and it's a challenge to us, right? How do we see people, right? When we're tired, when we're exhausted, when all we want to do is just throw in the towel, are we willing to say, you know what, I'm going to give up up a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, a little bit of hunger, and just sit down and have a conversation and really care about the person that I'm sitting across from. That's what's going to change lives. That's what makes the difference, and we've experienced it and we've seen it happen. So I love you guys. Be encouraged, be strengthened by the Lord. I sure hope this worked out for us today, and we will we'll dive in to the scripture tomorrow. But love you guys. Be compassionate, be loving, be caring.